So here we see the all exercise question answer. Okay. So see in your textbook on the page number 25, there is a first question. See here, that is fill in the blanks with the appropriate term. So here they give us some words in the bracket, and by using these words you should fill in the blanks for the given statements. Here we see the first one, that is A1. See here, it is the A1. It is the A. The capacity of air to hold moisture depend upon the dash of air, means which factor is responsible. Or here we find out the definition of humidity. What is the humidity? The capacity of air to hold the moisture depends upon the which factor, that is the humidity. Okay, so answer for this A is the humidity. Then we see the second B. Water does not have a dash but has definite dash and dash. So here water does not have a shape. So answer for this, it is a shape but has definite volume and mass. The another answer is mass. It is for the B question. So here I again repeat, water does not have a shape but has definite volume and mass. This one. Then C, again I repeat the C. While freezing, the dash of water is lowered. So here when water will get freeze, so which factor which get lowered for the water, that is the temperature. So answer for this C1 is the temperature. Then we move the next D. Dash soil has a pH 7. So answer for that is a neutral. Neutral soil has pH, it is a 7. So answer for all this question I repeat again. For the A, the capacity of air to hold moistures depends upon the humidity of the air. Then B, water does not have a shape but has definite volume and mass. While freezing, the temperature of water is lowered. The neutral soil has a pH 7. Then we move the second question. That is, why is it said that? Means here they give us some statement. So here you find out the reason. Why is it said like this? So first one is A. Air is homogeneous mixture of various gases. So explain this statement. Why the air is a homogeneous mixture of various gases. So here answer for that I explain here. Listen carefully. Wait a minute. We know air is a mixture of various gases. Okay. So why is it said like this? What is the reason? So reason is like there are many constituents gases are present in the air. Okay, so they are in the form of mixture. So the separate existence of each gas is not felt. Means here we see in air there are number of constituents are present, that is gaseous particles and other dust particles. So if air contains the various gases, so these gases are not exist as a single molecule or as a separate. We cannot remove the each and every gas in that air, so it is in the form of mixture in that air. So here they are in the form of mixture. The separate existence of each gas is not felt, means we cannot feel there is a separate oxygen gas is in the air present or separate carbon dioxide gas is present in air. We cannot separate them. So here these all gases are present in a collectively form, that is in a mixture. So the individual gases cannot be separated easily. So that's why the air is said to be the homogeneous mixture. I again explain the answer. Listen carefully. Why air is a homogeneous mixture of various gases? So reason is that there are many constituents gases in the air, and these constituents are in the form of mixtures. The separate existence of each gas is not felt. Not felt means we cannot feel the separate gas which are present in the air, as like oxygen, nitrogen. So the individual gases cannot be separated easily. Therefore, the air is said to be the homogeneous mixture. Then we see the B1. What is the B? Water is a universal solvent. Why it is called water is a universal solvent? So we know that many substances are easily dissolved in water. So that is the reason. That is, all the substances or most of the substances in the universe, they can easily dissolve in the water. So we called water is a universal solvent. Then we see the third one. There is a no alternative to water for cleaning purposes. Why is it said? So answer is, many substances can dissolve in water. Therefore, for cleaning purposes, we can use the water. That is, which purposes? Bathing, cleaning utensils, and washing clothes. Water become very useful solvent. It is the most important property. That is, water is a universal solvent. So that's why all types of substance, either it is dirt particles or very fine particles, which type of all the substance easily dissolve in it. So if we use the water for the cleaning, the dust particle easily dissolve in it and it will be removed from the surface of that utensils or from our body. So here, for bathing, cleaning utensils and washing clothes, water becomes very useful solvent. It is cheap. Cheap means it is affordable to all person. That is, uh, we cannot buy the water. Okay, we take the water from the water sources, so it is easily available for the cleaning purposes. So that's why it is said that there is a no alternative to the water for cleaning purposes. I again repeat this answer. Listen. Many substances can dissolve in the water. Therefore, for bathing, cleaning utensils, and washing clothes, water becomes very useful solvent. So it is cheap. Cheap means it is not a very. It is easily available. We cannot buy this water. Okay, by uh, giving a money. So it is cheap, easily available remedy for the cleaning purposes. Therefore, it is said that there is a no alternative to water for cleaning purposes. Then we see the next question, that is, what will happen if, the first one, the amount of water vapors in the air increases. So what happen if there is an increasing amount of water vapor in the air? So answer is that when the amount of water vapor increases in the air, the humidity rises. Means air become moist because of this water molecule. So here, due to this, humidity of the air will be increased, as we see in a rainy season. In the rainy season, what happen? Amount of water vapors increases, and due to that we feel the air is a moist. So it is the effect. That is, if the water vapors increase in the air, then humidity of the air rises and the air becomes humid. Then we see the next one, that is B. What will happen if only one crop is grown repeatedly in the soil? Means if we take the one type of, if we yield one type of crop repeatedly each and every year, then what happen with the soil? So if the same crop is grown again and again, its texture disturb, means soil texture get disturbed and the fertility is lowered, and due to this soil does not support to the cultivation. Means we um, cannot we cannot get the higher yield for the same crop in each and every year. So here, due to this such type of crop, if we cultivate again and again in a same soil, then what happen? The texture of the soil get disturbed and fertility also get lowered, and such type of soil cannot support for the cultivation. Means it cannot give a higher yield or better yield of that crop, so that the crops will not give proper yield. So it is the reason. Okay, then we see the next question, that is fourth one. With whom should I pair up? Means here you have to match the pair with group A, from group A to the group B. So here we see in group A, it contains air, water and soil. So air match with which part? Air match with a scattering of light. Means here you should match the property of that natural resources. Air have property. Which property? See here, I zoom this part, then I match. So here air match with the scattering of light, it is a property of that air. Then water is used or it is very useful for the excretion process in the all the living things. Then soil have the property that is plasticity. So here the group A match with the group B as like this: 1 match with the B, 2 match with the A, and 3 match with the C. Okay, so here we continue the next question, that is state the whether the following statements are true or false. Means here you write down either the statements are true or false. Here we see the first one. A. Sandy soil has a low capacity for holding water. Is it true? Yes, is it true? That is, sandy soil has a low capacity because of its particles are larger in size. Then we see the second one. Sea water is a bad conductor of electricity. Is it true? No, it is false, because we know the salt in the salt water electricity can easily, seawater is a good conductor of electricity, means electric current can easily flow through such type of water. Then we see the next one, that is C. The substances in which a solute dissolves is called solvent. It is true? Yeah. What is the solvent? The substance in which a solute dissolves is called solvent. So it is the true statement. Then D1. The pressure exerted by air is called atmospheric pressure. Yes, it is true. It is the correct definition. That is, the pressure exerted by air, it is called atmospheric pressure. So here we complete this 5 question. Okay.